At all, like, hasn't been on around you, or
No, the only stuff that I see is like the recaps and the highlights
Right.
on the Sports Center in the evening after I get off work. So no, it has not.
it's just not that interesting to me. Like,
It's-
I feel
oh,
like
it's
it used to
not?
be. I feel like it used to be.
Oh, I wrote the wrong description. I said in the description that you cared.
Oh no, I don't care.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, the Olympics suck.
No, what I care about, I care about the U.S. winning. Like, I like being better
Right,
than everybody
obviously.
else.
I mean, yeah,
That
you
part's
are
really nice.
An American Eagle.
Exactly. So, that's fine. We'll move on to my actual like topic after we get this thing rolling. I think I kind of want to share this on Facebook, but I'm not gonna have time now because we ran out of time to do.
Yo,
the
you're
whole
not gonna
intro.
have time. Oh,
Nope,
crazy.
out of time. All right, welcome to the locker room. Yeah, you're back. Thanks for showing up this week.
Yeah, thanks for valuing my time.
Do I usually not?
And that actually could have been played in two different directions.
Yeah,
so
you're
that was
welcome.
just
You're welcome that I
genius.
took it that way. So this is show number 54
Yes.
here in the not episode 54 in the Holly Mason building, but number 54 overall, and presented by Spokane Talks. Vinny's actually working the camera today because he broke one of them. So here, each time you see the camera move back and forth between us, that's Vinny doing his thing. That's really nice.
R.I.P. HDMI ports. Am I right?
Right, Vinny?
R.I.P.
Yep.
man.
Yep, there we go. All right, you got some number 54s for me? There's an obvious one that like immediately stands out because of the fact that he's currently 54.
Right. The only one that matters outside of him is Chris Wilcox.
Chris Wilcox.
Seattle
Wow,
Supersonic
that's right.
legend. Yeah.
That's a great one.
I've been waiting for this day, this week, this episode forever just to throw him out there.
You've been waiting. Like once you
No, seriously.
you like underneath our names there.
I really thought you would like yours specifically this week.
yours,
Loves LeBron.
yours is funnier than mine, but
Are you sleepy?
Mine
Are
is
you in fact
accurate.
sleepy?
yeah.
What time did you get to bed last night?
I took a Melly at 10.
Oh my god.
Did you just refer to it as a melly?
Yeah, no
Okay.
shame.
I was just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Thanks.
It also sounds a little disheartening. Something you rely on.
I think I had my first bout with sleep paralysis on Sunday or Monday night, so I wanted to ensure that I was going to be able to fall asleep and not have to watch the demon in the corner of my room crawl at me while I couldn't move. So, anyway.
We are getting dark on episode 54.
Wow. All right.
Just being transparent.
That's good to know. That's
You're really starting this episode off with a banger, man.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, no.
Are you okay?
Yeah, the Melly worked.
Oh my.
Slept soundly. Woke up at 5.
There was a demon crawling
Here.
at me from the corner of the room. Nice. All right. My number 54s, obviously, Bobby Wagner, the Bobby Wagner.
Good,
best,
the bad.
Best
the
linebacker
Bobby.
this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 2010s, I'd say, because there's arguments about Ray Lewis and everything in the 2000s, but Luke Kuechly did, in fact, not earn top honors because he only played.
I honestly hate conversations about I miss hating having conversations and debates about whether Luke Kuechly or Bobby Wagner was better.
Yeah, I do. I miss that. I do.
If Bobby was taken in the first round in the top 10, just like Luke Kuechly was, I don't feel like there ever actually would have been a debate just based on the play on the field.
That's fair.
And I mean, Kuechly was insane. He was amazing.
He
but
was very good.
Also was crying, being carted off the field.
Yes,
So
like a little crybaby.
yeah.
So that actually brings up kind of an interesting point. So he retired early in his career. Last night playing softball, and the other team, it was right at the beginning of the second game, and the other team is kind of walking off the field. I was third base coach at the time, and they're like, "Hey, there's rumors that Andrew Luck's coming back. Like people are talking about it like on social media." And I'm like, "There's no way." So I went and I looked. Have we talked about Barry McCockner, the troll page?
Mm-hmm.
He is the one. He changed his name to Adam Schefter, changed his profile picture to
Nice.
Adam Schefter, and announced that Andrew Luck is coming out of retirement. So they fell for it. So I thought that was hilarious. I'm sitting there like, these guys are a bunch of morons. They actually fell for this fake troll account.
That's really good, though.
Yeah, that was actually pretty funny. I think he's going to get suspended from Twitter, though, because he
Yeah,
continues
probably.
to pretend he's Adam Schefter, and I
Good
think
for
that's
that
not
guy.
great.
Real man of the people.
Yeah, very, very awesome. So a couple other ones here, a couple other players. John Halama, early 2000s Mariners pitcher. And he actually was part of a huge trade package from the Houston Astros, who he was drafted by. He went to Seattle along with Freddie Garcia and Carlos Guillen for Randy Johnson. So that's a pretty big deal. And I think it actually worked out decently for the Mariners. I mean, obviously Randy Johnson is amazing and was amazing, but Guillen and Garcia were very instrumental. And actually Halima was too. He won 41 games in a 4-year span. Career high 14 victories in 2000. And he threw the first 9-inning perfect game in the history of the Pacific Coast League.
Oh.
Fun fact.
Okay.
A couple other Mariners here. Shin Soo Choo, for the one season he was a Mariner. Then the Mariners traded him for nothing. He came on to have a really good career.
Chin Soo Choo. I forgot about
Not
that guy.
Chin, Shin.
Shin.
Different body
Soo
part.
Choo.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Signed by the Mariners out of Japan. And
Do you see that Cole Hamels just got signed?
I did, yeah, 38-year-old Cole Hamels.
Man.
Yeah, Dodgers are going for anybody here.
Yep.
And the last Mariners player I want to point out is Tom Wilhelmsen, bartender. Tom Wilhelmsen.
Oh.
Loved
Yep.
this guy. He
Yep.
actually was a lot of fun. He has a really interesting story that I read on ESPN last night. I mean, he was drafted in the 9th round by the Brewers, got suspended multiple times for testing positive for marijuana, left baseball, went on a backpacking trip with his fiancee, soon-to-be wife, and then he was working at the place called The Hut in Tucson, Arizona, and then he decided to go play baseball.
So
again.
So this is just MLB Ricky Williams?
Sort of, yeah.
That
Sort of.
sounds exactly parallel to
Yeah. It's
that
actually
arc.
pretty crazy. I mean, he didn't pitch for like 5 years and came back and was still throwing 95 miles an hour.
Still got it.
And he wasn't playing. He was playing center field in a co-ed rec softball league.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. Tom Wilhelmsen, big fan. A couple Seahawks players here. Number 54, D.D. Lewis. Actually, these are all linebackers, which makes sense. D.D. Lewis, Will Herring, and then, of course, the worst of the bunch, Bobby Wagner.
Yep.
Yes, that's those are the numbers there. Olympics. That's what I want to talk.
Oh, yeah.
When I was looking at the Olympic count, United States is at the top. They have the most medals, but
China's really at the top.
China has all the golds.
Mm-hmm.
Does that matter more? Are gold medals bigger than total medals?
I mean, again, I don't care about the Olympics, so I feel like my opinion shouldn't really carry that much weight. Because
Your opinion usually doesn't carry that much weight.
Fair. Okay, so continuing with that theme, no, it shouldn't. Does anybody care? It's just consolation.
Just
it's
in
just
general.
participation. It's
the
just
silver and bronze. Fair enough.
yeah. I mean, it's
fair.
a nice pat on the back, and
That's a good take. I like that one.
But I mean, I guess I would like to know. I mean, I'm sure it varies athlete to athlete, but I'm sure there are some that consider anything below gold to be, quite frankly, useless and of no meaning. And then there are some that'll probably, enjoy and, relish in the fact that they were able to even place.
The actual price difference too between gold, silver, and bronze, it's not even close.
That's right.
That's not even close. All right, before we continue talking about Olympics here, let's hit Lucky Bird.
Okay.
Do it.
Any slick?
Nope.
A little quick. Okay.
Nope.
We, as always, are sponsored by Lucky Bird, a Spokane-based e-commerce and digital marketing company dedicated to helping local companies scale in the online world of e-commerce and digital marketing. Visit luckybirdbrands.com to have a down-to-earth, no-pressure conversation about your digital marketing and e-commerce strategies today.
Just got a notification talking about an Olympic swimmer or diver who loves to knit. And here are his knitting masterpieces, and I cleared that away right away. I have no interest in seeing.
See, this is why. Who?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So following this whole Olympic thread here, so Simone Biles backed out of the team performance and then also all of the individual events except for beam. Mm-hmm. She got bronze in beam 2 days ago, I think now, or yesterday.
Yeah.
Last night, 2 nights ago. I don't know. Timing's all thrown off in the Olympics. She brought up some interesting points, though. Mental health in sports is really kind of taking this forefront of popularity. People are actually becoming very aware of it. Thoughts on mental health in sports? Because I feel like it was something that a lot of people never really talked about until probably even just the last year. I feel like even before that, it wasn't really a thing. She made it was it went from I'm not performing. I don't want to. Right? I have no reason to. I just don't want to. And then it came out that she had a mental health situation that she was monitoring, and then she had the twisties, which is a hilarious name, by the way.
I know. They got to come up with something else. For
that just sounds childish. And then she said, "Well, my aunt died." What? I think just yesterday. I was a little surprised though that she backed out. Not so much that I'm saying that she shouldn't have, because that's definitely something she should focus on first and foremost. But I feel like at the same time, it's surprising. It surprised me. I just feel like when I look at people who are like at the top, very, very top, like I would never see, I don't know, Serena Williams not perform.
I don't know. She's backed out of a lot of stuff recently. I guess
Injuries,
not
though.
citing.
And she was pregnant. It just seemed, it was just like such a surprise. But I also feel at the same time, though, it wasn't as big of a deal. I don't know. It just seems like the Olympics aren't a big deal. Like, imagine if Brady did that. I feel like the world would stop turning.
Right.
I feel like the world would stop turning. I don't know. It was just a really weird situation.
Well, I mean, she's also in a position because of how she is viewed and what she means to the country for, athletes of color and, just kind of all of these different populations that she's kind of cultivated around her that just identify with her and love and support her. She has this standing to where she can't do anything wrong, and she is going to be championed for any sorts of decisions that she makes.
Right.
With that being said, I think the whole mental health and awareness and it becoming more present within the realm of sports, I think it's really just kind of a reflection of our society and where we're at as a country and trying to destigmatize mental health and, kind of understanding the severity and the weight that, people carry with it. And I think it's finally just starting to show up in sports and that's becoming normal. And I don't know. I think it would make sense for, all the professional leagues, associations, organizations to at least just provide resources. I don't think that anything
more
should be
accessible resources.
Right, exactly. Just so that the players or the athletes have that at their disposal to, help combat, some of these mental struggles that they're dealing with. Outside of that, I don't really know that there's an answer or anything
you can actually do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting place because again, us here, I could never see myself backing out of something like that. But the only reason why is because you don't have all of that weight and pressure and like things that are going on. Like it's I think that's just the most difficult part for people to understand because again, you're looking at it from the surface, and I would be like, not a chance. Like I would rather die than not perform in the Olympics, for my country. But at the same time, like we host a sports show.
Sure do.
We can't do flippies and back heel
and
twisties and stuff like that. So
I mean, and I think that is like a very fair point to where like if your mind is not fully in tune with your body and going out and performing something in like what could be very dangerous. Yeah, no, I mean, she could seriously injure herself.
Right. I think gymnastics, being in the right headspace is more important than a lot of things being in the right headspace, sports-wise, and than a lot of other sports. Like, if you're a basketball player, like, nobody cares.
Right.
Like, what, you have the twisties in basketball? Like give me unless you're, like, in the dunk contest, I could see maybe why you wouldn't want to do that.
Sure.
Twisties in a dunk contest, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's, like, my only comparison. Like, baseball, same thing. Like, I guess as a pitcher, you probably wouldn't want to be throwing 98-mile-an-hour fastballs at people's heads if you're not in the right mindset.
Well, it depends on who you are.
All depends on who you are and who you're throwing at. Exactly. Do you know who doesn't have a problem with the twisties? Luka Doncic. Oh my God! I even practiced before the show. I was like, I'm going to get this. Doncic. Luka. Yeah. Slovenia. Mm-hmm. Really good tournament. Really nice tournament. Yeah. Until last night.
Yeah.
Still really good though because France should have beaten them anyway. It was expected. Probably pits the two better teams in the tournament or the Olympics, I guess, and that's the United States and France. We'll be battling it out for gold and silver or gold because then I don't know how this works. So France and US play for gold. Slovenia plays someone else for bronze, or then do
they not play Australia?
Bronze? Do they play Australia for the third place for bronze?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
That sounds right. Anyway, Luka's had an amazing Olympics.
Yeah, no, he really has.
They're having a great time back here. They're having an awesome time back here.
Sorry, this whole new camera thing, I just looked over to the side and it was all up in my face and I was like, Jesus Christ, that is rough. Can we take it back a frame? God damn.
Yeah, so Luka.
Yeah.
Big Luka guy.
I was just so down for the summer of Luka and for like him to just like single-handedly drag a team all the way to at least
I'm
like
shocked that he was
the
able
game
to,
for
though.
goal. Yeah, who else is on that team?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nobody.
I think it's a damn shame too. He wasn't able to take the last shot, and that the shot got swatted by Batum.
That is true. Mm-hmm. He had a triple-double last night. Only the third one in Olympic history.
Like 16, 18, and 10 or something.
First since LeBron had it 8 years ago.
It's just imagine it's hard to comprehend that the stat lines and what is a quality stat line in FIBA play versus what a quality stat line is in the play of the NBA.
Right.
And just because it's a whole different. Has anybody eclipsed 100? I know that the U.S. like a week ago clapped some like the Czech Republic.
Maybe in qualifying, but in the
Yeah.
actual Olympics, I'm not sure.
It's just such a different brand of basketball.
It's different. Well, yeah, because it also is fairly international. Like it's not quite the NBA style, and I think
it's
that's
not even close.
I think that's why the U.S. I mean,
it's a lot more physical.
They win but I think that's what they're struggling with this year is the physicality aspect. They just can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Luka put on. I mean, the fact that he was able to put them in a position to medal is pretty impressive because I think Slovenia's. If you look at team rankings, country rankings, I don't even know if they're in the top 20.
No, I don't think they are. No.
So I don't know what it was, and that's the crazy part because that's an awesome photo. Do you see that?
I do.
That's a really nice photo.
Wow.
Yeah, I have been impressed. I wish I would have seen some of it. I don't know.
I feel because it was on last night right before I popped the Melly, and I couldn't find it on NBC SN or NBC or anything, and it was just like they had like swimming on, and I was like, I guess I personally care more about the basketball.
I feel like I don't know what it is. I love the United States winning, and I feel like big U.S. guy. I feel like I used to care more about the Olympics. My buddy and I were talking about this. I feel like the World Cup, I care more about the World Cup than I do about the Olympics.
Oh, 100%.
Which is weird, though.
I guess it is. I actually think I used to care about the Olympics more, too, and I don't know if that's because I was like a track and field athlete, and so I could just relate to it.
That could be it.
I don't know. I feel like the names, like the Usain Bolts and the Michael Phelps,
That's also true though because
that's not fair, but because that's just who I happen to grow up with. So I mean, people that grew up in the 70s or the 80s, they have their own icons of the Olympics.
Jesse Owens, obviously, 80 years ago. One thing I do want to kind of bring up about, and Carl Lewis was another one of those big time guys in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But the United States hasn't won a 4x100 relay in like.
And they didn't even just qualify.
They just missed because
they dropped
had a horrible baton transfer. Yeah. So Carl Lewis got on Twitter yesterday.
Oh, what did he say?
Right after, the USA team did everything wrong in the men's relay. The passing system is wrong, athletes running the wrong legs, and it was clear that there was no leadership. It was a total embarrassment and completely unacceptable for the USA team to look worse than the AAU kids I saw.
I love it.
This is a guy who won 8 gold medals, 10 world championship medals. I feel like those are the same thing. I don't know. Obviously, Carl Lewis is a stud. And I feel like if that's your idol, though, like you just did this relay and had a terrible time, and you go on Twitter and see that, like that's pretty disheartening. That would really hurt my feelings.
I'm always in support of ex-athletes and the just greats just getting on Twitter and eviscerating the generation,
awesome.
The current generation. I love it. It's just the whole old grumpy man thing. It's hilarious.
It is very hilarious. So yeah, essentially, not great from the runners, but the United States is still doing well in the overall medal count.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much longer the Olympics goes for.
Too long.
I feel it does go for a long time.
Let's be done.
When does it end?
I don't know.
Because actually, no way.
Are you serious?
There's no way. It goes for another 3 weeks. No, it's August 8th.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there's not a chance. The 28th. I was going to say that thing goes for 5 weeks.
So you're telling me the Olympics end on Vinny's birthday?
Sunday? Is that your birthday?
It is. Darling will be turning 24.
Definitely is. I'm getting a call from Kennewick. Nope. I don't know who that is, but I'm a little preoccupied. Doing pretty well over there?
Yeah, we're doing great.
All right.
This has been a show.
So let's stick with the basketball theme.
Can't wait till I have to walk
here
off
to
the
go to the NBA.
Yep.
One thing I want to talk about the fouls. You weren't here last week, and I waited because I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. So the NBA came out and said that they're going to adjust offensive, defensive fouls on shooting fouls. When a shooter launches or leans into a defender at an abnormal angle, it could be an offensive foul if it's like egregious.
Mm-hmm.
When a shooter kicks his leg up or to the side at an abnormal angle, when an offensive player abruptly veers off his path sideways or backward into a defender, they're going to try and not call these on the defender. Yes. I love that. And again, some of those have already been like, especially the kicking the legs out, like that's been a rule for a long time, and they just never called it. Hopefully this actually changes the way, because the NBA has been so sloppy with that. Shooters, James Harden is the one that everybody likes to talk about, is really good at drawing those fouls, and I bet he's upset about it.
Oh, probably. I mean, he's going to have to adjust, and the same thing with Trey and, a
lot of
other players that solely base their game around getting to the line.
Right.
It's all on the refs. I mean, obviously, that goes without saying. It's just this generation of refs, I mean, there are only a couple now that are like truly veterans. It's a very young referee crew that the NBA has. They're more impressionable and more afraid of the players than they've ever been. No, that's a fact of the matter. Like, they don't get up in these guys' face. There's no, was it Joe Crawford? Carl Crawford? No.
Carl Crawford, yeah.
Anyway, there was
referee Crawford.
Back in the 90s, early 2000s, and even like as recently as 2015, I think it's Joey Crawford. But anyway, they would almost enjoy getting in spats with these players that would go at them, and they actually had backbones, and they had bite to them, and they weren't afraid of a challenge.
It's only the NBA too, because in baseball, like these, and granted, baseball still has a lot of old umpires, but baseball umpires will get in your face, and they won't think twice. NFL and football referees in general, like they'll dive into a pile, and not think twice. The NBA, just like its play, the NBA referees, just like the play of the athletes, are soft.
Well, I think it harkens back to the larger conversation surrounding the NBA and why the league is the way that it is, and I think it just comes down to the amount of power that the players have in comparison to every other moving part in the league, rather, in comparison to the NFL or the MLB. But yeah, just don't call this shit for 3 weeks, and
make them adjust.
The players are going to have to adjust. I mean, as soon as somebody, starts, is weak at the knees and just, starts giving them these calls. I hope
it actually makes a difference.
Yes.
Well, because this doesn't happen in college. You don't see these fouls get called in college. I mean, occasionally, but not nearly at the same tempo and consistency as you do in the NBA. So hopefully that does change, because it has been very frustrating to watch.
Well, and it trickles down to all other levels of basketball too. I mean, I don't know if you've seen AAU highlights these days, but like it's not only the types of fouls being called, but it's like the types of moves or the style of play, the isolation,
exactly.
the step back.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it is. It's a sickness. Basketball is sick, and the referees need to cure it.
Yep.
It's up to the referees for our future basketball pastime. Did you watch draft? Were you working last week?
I was working.
So you worked like all day on Thursday then?
It was like 1 to 9. So during the important hours, yeah.
1 to 9.
Oh, last Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say you.
No, what did I do Thursday night? I may have watched the draft. No, you're right, because I was working in the morning.
Right. You don't remember,
dude? I have no concept of time. It's a construct. I just know.
Is that sleep demon messing with you?
Yeah, he didn't show up yet. I shouldn't genderize him. Who knows?
Oh my, yeah, for sure. That might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Well, I don't want it.
To be fair, though, how many female sleep demons have you ever seen? Just demons, actually.
Potentially one, because I don't know.
When you think of the devil's a male. Am I
think so.
Wrong on this? Right. I've never seen a female devil. What? What'd you say?
It's a male devil cannon.
Yeah, oh my god. All right. Well, if you watched the draft, then, or you didn't, you know what happened though, at least, right?
I was hanging out with a friend, I think. I went to Wooden City. Boom.
So you did watch it?
No.
Way to go, Sherlock.
If there's a bar in the country, every bars that don't have TVs,
Bar's a restaurant.
shouldn't be a bar. You should have at least one TV.
Yeah.
I think. That's my opinion. But so you did not, in fact, watch it live, but we hopefully know, or hopefully you know what the results were.
I
Cade
do.
Cunningham going number 1 overall. That was expected. Jalen Green going number 2 overall. Pretty much expected.
Yep.
Evan Mobley going 3. Not as expected, but still pretty expected.
Pretty.
The big change and the craziest pick probably of the first round.
I don't think it's that crazy, though.
You like Scotty Barnes?
Well, I'm not saying that I like him. I just think he fits the Raptors brand of player a lot more so than Jalen Suggs does. Jalen Suggs isn't going to be a versatile defender. He's raw in his own way, but Scotty Barnes is like has not tapped into what he's going to become. He's long, he's lanky, he can guard multiple positions.
They're drafting him though to be a Draymond Green. Because he can't score. He shoots like 26. He's a guard. He's a guard size, and he shoots like 26% from behind the arc.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand picking a guy like who you expect to be the next Draymond Green.
He's kind of a commander on the floor, though, too, because he came off the bench at Florida State, and he would be telling guys where to be. Like, yeah, I think the way
that was by design. But yeah, I understand that, but I don't know. It just seems.
I'm glad that Suggs ended up falling to Orlando. I didn't really want to see him as a Raptor. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a fit, and so obviously Toronto didn't think so either.
Right,
and now he can be the savior for the Magic, who have been, a tragic franchise
for a while,
the past 20 plus years, and
since
have
Trace
had
McGrady
awful luck, and always fallen in the lottery just behind where the draft really ends.
Right.
And so, and I think Magic fans are happy because they got Wagner as well after getting Suggs.
And I think, Franz Wagner fell to them at 8. Or not fell per se, but they got him at 8, which I think also was a good pick for what they need. David Mitchell went 9. I'm just kind of going to pick a couple of the big ones here. Chris Duarte, I think the oldest player in the draft, went 13 to the Pacers. Then the other big GU news, Corey Kispert 15 to the Wizards. I think that's fun that he gets to play with Rui.
It is. I just feel bad because nobody looks good in a Wizards jersey. It's just impossible. They just had the worst designs. And now I'm just like, and especially a white guy like Corey, like you've seen Davis Bertans in a Wizards jersey, not good. And Corey's a better looking guy. Also, did you see Corey's girlfriend or wife or fiance making the rounds on Twitter?
I did. So I did. Jen Worth.
It's cool that he got to be that guy of that draft with that girlfriend that everyone's like,
right,
oh
that
my God.
Everyone's looking up. Right.
Because there's always one. There's always one.
Yeah, so
not good.
I went to her Instagram
Nice.
because I knew who she was because she was a GU women's basketball player, so I knew who Jen Worth was.
Oh.
She has a twin. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, Jen and Leanne Worth.
All right.
See? Twins. So anyway, I went to her Instagram because I wanted to see, because I knew that's exactly, people were going to find her. Like, people who don't know who she is, like, that's the first place they're going to go.
Her following probably skyrocketed.
Right. And then some guy, Tony Katos, you look so good on TV. All the dudes I know were drooling over you.
Facts.
The fact that people just hop on her, hey, you single? Oh my, it's just give me my man back. You look better on TV than you do on Instagram, and that's a compliment.
Jesus
Christ. I mean, the best one though was when Trevor Lawrence was drafted, and I went to they're married, right? I think so.
Yes.
So I went to her Instagram, and I went down to the very first photo of her and Trevor Lawrence. Like, it took me a good 5 minutes. I was stalking her Instagram because I was doing this for research purposes. I went to it, and like 30 comments were all like, glad to see you were here before he was big. Like, you're the real OG, because it was literally like freshman year of football, and they were dating. And it is funny though, there always is one. Every big time sporting event, specifically drafts, there's always one woman who just everybody's like, I gotta go find her.
And you remember when AJ McCarron was still at Alabama and Brent Musburger was on the call, and
hilarious.
The cameraman kept finding his girlfriend or his wife, whoever at the time.
Yeah, Miss Alabama.
Yeah, and then Brent got in some hot water because of like a very lukewarm comment that he made.
Nearly. I mean, imagine him saying that now. Like, it would be huge news. Then it was like, stop. Like, I'll suspend you for a week. But so Corey Kispert went 15 to the Magic, which I think is a decent fit. I think Kispert fits on any NBA team because of his play style, his skill set.
And his size at the position.
Right, 6'8", is really good size for the NBA. He can guard multiple positions.
Not well.
I think you could argue, though, that Kispert might have the longest NBA career of any of the GU guys because of his skill set. Suggs relies so much on his quickness and his speed that Kispert can play until he's like mid-30s and be just fine.
Yeah,
he's literally set up for today's NBA. There's a reason why he almost was a lottery pick coming from a Kings High School in Washington State.
100%.
So that was pretty exciting to see. Who else? Interesting names here. Go to the second round. Miles McBride. Always thought that was an interesting name out of West Virginia.
Okay, can we be done with the draft? Nothing interesting happened.
The draft?
No, I like the draft,
what
but
about
like nobody.
Philip Petrushov was drafted.
Okay, that guy's a douchebag.
He is kind of, yeah. He was a whiner at GU because he wanted the ball more. Luka Garza, that was the lowest drafted college player of the year ever. It's because his skill set isn't good for the NBA.
I don't know.
He's
about
also
him.
really weird looking.
Fair.
He's very weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Ayayi, not drafted, but
right.
I guess that was by design. Did you see that?
Why would you not want to become a Laker?
Right. I think because he didn't work out for any teams. He didn't go to the combine, and I think he wanted to pick where he wanted to go. And he was signed like immediately after the draft and played in the summer league. So pretty exciting times for GU. They almost had 4 players drafted. Petrushov still counts as a Zag technically, but Boston. Did Boston have a good draft?
I don't even know who they picked, man.
So
they only had a second round pick.
Oh, that's right. They
probably got a piece of cheese.
Did Juan Bagarin.
Household name.
He's the guy from Guadalupe. Yep,
that's right.
He played in France. 6'5" guard, 192. He looks like it's a solid size, not too bad. The same amount of players that they've signed in free agency. Cantor. Enes Kanter. Nice 1-year deal.
Run it back.
Pretty thrilled about it?
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Very, very
They got
stoked.
rid of Semi Ojeleye, though.
That's something.
You don't know who that is.
No, I don't.
Yeah, but it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Okay. Is Kanter a fine thing?
It's fine. Yeah. That's it.
But that's it.
That's it.
All right. Who else is big? Who else is making moves, though?
The Heat got Kyle Lowry in a sign and trade. They also stole PJ Tucker from the Bucks. They were able to give an extension or give a new deal to Duncan Robinson, who now becomes the richest undrafted player of all time.
Kind of crazy. Like, that's a lot of money.
It's also crazy because he's only been in the league a few years and he's already like 28.
You just went right over the fact on the Spurs that Zach Collins signed with them.
Yeah, rough for the Spurs, man.
3 years, $22 million for a guy who's only played 40 games a year.
Yeah, and it's too bad because he was effective in like short bursts in the playoffs.
Right. If he can get
Portland.
healthy, he still has a chance. But the fact that they gave him that big of a deal is surprising.
Yeah.
If he plays up to potential, that's going to be a steal. But the problem is his potential relies solely on his ability to not get hurt. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that's a tough place to be in.
The Lakers signed everybody that was really good in 2013. They bring Dwight Howard back. They did get a couple of young guys and a couple of young shooters in Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn, so that'll be good.
I saw that was like a big pickup, the Nunn one.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
I don't even know who that is,
they are not going to be nearly as good as a defensive team as they were in the past couple of years, though. I mean, Caruso's gone. KCP is no longer there, and now you have shooters that don't really offer you anything on the defensive end of the floor. They still have, Marc Gasol and Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, so they still have a pretty good three-headed monster of a big man rotation. However, their perimeter defense is going to be sorely lacking. But back to the Heat, they got Victor Oladipo back. Not that that's going to matter because I don't think he's ever going to touch the floor again. They gave Jimmy Butler a huge...
You don't think Oladipo's ever going to touch the floor again?
Not in a way that matters. I mean, his medicals at this point are just as bad as anybody in the league. That knee thing that he had and the reparations on it, just, I don't know.
Not great.
Not great. Melo is a Laker, again, continuing with the theme of 2013 relevance.
Right.
And their star, their only remaining homegrown player, Talen Horton-Tucker, they gave him a 3-year deal. Steph got a huge max extension.
Largest ever, right?
Yeah, there have been a lot of little moves. Honestly, it hasn't been that juicy of a free agency. A guy like Jarrett Allen got a 5-year, $100 million deal, so big men back at it. Chicago made a lot of moves, so they went from being irrelevant to contending for the 8 seed.
Right. Yeah,
getting DeMar DeRozan as in a sign and trade. You know, they gave $85 million over 4 years to Lonzo Ball. They got Alex Caruso, so move over MJ. You are no longer the GOAT in Chicago.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're going to be interesting to watch. Like if you're a League Pass viewer, they're definitely going to be one of the juicier teams now that they just actually have like
Do you
a
pay for League Pass?
I don't. I'm considering I might get it this year.
Really?
If the basketball is better than it was last year in the COVID year and just guys always taking nights off and just not caring and every game was a blowout, yeah, I'm going to consider it.
I still love that LeBron was like, we just were so tired. And it's like, you sat out half the year. Like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? You're a LeBron fan.
I know, I saw that. That's really unfortunate that was said to me.
I can bring that back up just to
Yeah, bring it back up.
No, that's all right.
Brooklyn Nets got Patty Mills. Bring it back, Bruce Brown and Blake Griffin. Atlanta Hawks kind of secured their future. They gave Trae Young a max. John Collins coming back on a 5-year deal.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of the bulk of it, honestly. I mean, again, not the splash. I mean, the Knicks just got Kemba. They also gave Fournier, so they kind of have – they got former Celtics blood in there now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Julius Randle got an extension. Again, they're similar to LA. They're not going to be as good of a defensive team as they were last year, but they could potentially have more scoring. They have more guys that can put it on the floor, which they were severely lacking last year, considering Derrick Rose was playing like 40 minutes a game in the playoffs.
Chris Paul got a massive deal.
He did. Yes, yes, he did. So the Suns are, set up there. They brought Cameron Payne back on a very team-friendly deal.
Yep.
And they got JaVale McGee, which is actually a pretty good signing. Not that JaVale McGee is, anything super special, but their biggest weakness last year was the fact that they didn't have a true center to come in and relieve DeAndre Ayton of minutes. So that in the rotation could actually be, a huge deal, especially come playoff time. And yeah, that's it. So
nice. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that free agency. There's definitely still some names out there as people continue to find their homes for the 2021-22 season. Including, like we talked about, a lot of Zags that are now in the league, which is just kind of fun because not having a team, like you have the Celtics, which is fine, and that works for you. But like when you don't have a team, it's nice to like still have people to root for.
Yeah,
I might have to get an NBA jersey. I don't know who. Ooh. Who should I get? Zags wise, obviously.
Kelly Olynyk.
No, he just got signed somewhere.
He went to Detroit,
right? Ugh.
Which is disgusting.
That's unfortunate. But he also got a decent chunk of change too. Mm-hmm. So I would go there as well if need be. All right. I love Lucky Bird. I really do. But I also love Windermere Services Mountain West. They're our other sponsor.
Oh.
Our other favorite local realtor service.
Do tell.
They proudly service over 60 Windermere offices in Eastern Washington, Idaho, Eastern Oregon, and Montana. They are all in for their local communities. At Windermere Services Mountain West, relationships are the foundation of our business. Their business. Their mission is to be successful, team-oriented real estate professionals committed to exceeding expectations through exceptional customer service. They are Windermere. Windermere Services Mountain West is committed to the communities that they live and work. They are all in for you.
See that? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a little close.
Yeah, right? Okay, that's what threw me off.
Just a tad close.
That's what threw me off.
That didn't throw me off. Well, actually, it did when you pointed it out. But I'm a professional, real pros professional. Oh, I thought there was something else about Chris Paul. I thought he was hurt or something.
Nah.
What are you looking? Oh,
I'm just
okay. That's just a headline.
Keep it moving.
You're all over the place. Who's your J-Bronis this week? Do you have anyone good?
Oh, dude. Okay.
Is it a good one?
All right, we'll start.
Okay. It better be a good one. The fact that you responded like that, it better be like the best one you've ever had.
So there was this video that was incredible, but I want to go to New Orleans first, training camp, and QB number 1 is just ready to lower his shoulder like Ryan Fitzpatrick and just blow out cornerback. So, they're running through the tackling dummies, the ones that got springs on them, and it's basically like just getting back around. I'm talking as if a video is going to come up, but it has not yet. Here we go. So Taysom Hill, I'm sure, just obliterated this. And LASIK eye surgery has not. A forever jabroni, Jameis Winston. Love the guy.
Gonna go get them crab legs.
Big memes, gonna eat a dub. Yeah, gonna do all that stuff. But anyway, while I was looking for who should be my jabroni of the week, I found this video. And this is coming off the heels of me spending Sunday with the boys watching YouTube videos in which a lot of people break their legs on trampolines. This not exactly a springy surface, but similar results ensue.
Wow! Oh boy,
That is gnarly.
that's like the gymnast that snapped both of her legs.
Dude.
Yeah.
That guy.
He'll feel that. He's gonna feel that for a while. That's not great.
There's just no give. The rest of his body was so stiff. Oh my god! And that's what you get for trying to be a wrestler. I have no sympathy. If you are trying to follow and pursue that sort of line of work, things like that are going to happen.
That is very true. My laptop is now in Eastern time. It was Central when I walked in. I pointed it out to you. Now it is on
Cupertino, baby. All right, who's your jabroni?
What'd you just say?
Cupertino. I'm making fun of the fact that it's not an Apple product because Apple products are always like
Stupid.
logged to be
Okay.
no time.
Whatever, man.
I've been saying it all damn day.
Okay, well, quit it. I have had enough of that. Mine is Mexico. The country of Mexico is my jabroni. Not because they are below us geographically.
Nice.
What? It's true.
No, that was going to say I was just.
They are south.
wondering how
They are south and below the United States of America geographically. That's a fact. Anyway, they've lost the United States twice now in soccer in the last 3 months. They played in June. Yeah, it was like the beginning of June. I know. Damn. It seems like it wasn't that long ago. But the United States won in penalty kicks for that, which was awesome. And then they just won. Now I'm lost. When did they just win? They just won 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yes, 3. It's Thursday. Oh my God. Sunday night they won. 1-0. Probably it's going to get their head coach fired. Tato Martinez.
Good.
I
like when head coaches get fired in soccer.
I also like when your team is the reason for a coach getting fired. It's always fun. Yeah. I love just getting people making them lose their jobs. It's so much fun. So essentially, the United States took 2 trophies from the Mexicans, which is awesome because they always beat us, and it was just time for the United States to actually make some noise. Is the United States going to qualify for the World Cup?
No.
What?
Yes, I'm just throwing that out.
I was going to say, they actually should. If they don't, they should probably disband the United States Soccer Federation.
Should have done it in 2018.
I'm getting so many calls right now. They probably should have. So, yeah, Mexico's my jabroni.
Okay.
So this day in sports, which, again, I changed when you weren't here.
Thanks.
So there's a few things here. Pittsburgh had their first radio broadcast of a baseball game on this date in 1921. Jesse Owens won the 200-meter in world record time at the Berlin Olympics.
Shout out, Jesse.
Nice job, Jesse. A lot of Olympic stuff right now, of course. Seeing if there's anything else that's really good. Chicago Bears beat the Montreal Alouettes. Don't know what that is. Typical Canada having stupid names. What? I don't even know how you. Do you know what cricket scoring's like? A guy scored 174.
Nope.
You don't know what that is?
I watched a Explained episode, that little mini-series on Netflix a couple years ago, but I
didn't retain none of it. I guess it happened between lunch and tea. It's literally what that says.
Hilarious.
Pete Rose, NL record 24-27 career single, 2,427. It's crazy when you look back at these. Like, you never really realize that sports have been going on for so long, and you look at what's happened. There's really cool things that happen every single day.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, here we go. Mariners here, 2001. Indians tie an MLB record in erasing a 12-run Seattle lead to win 15-14, also preventing the Mariners from reaching a record 117 wins. Nice. I didn't need to read that. That's sad.
Glad you did.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right. I think it's time to close this.
Football's back.
It is back. It is back tonight. Hall of Fame game, Steelers, Cowboys. Probably won't see really any starters.
Nope.
Definitely not Dak, who's still dealing with a shoulder injury. But it'll be nice. I'll probably watch a large, if not all of the game.
Okay.
Are you going to watch it?
I have to work.
That sucks. I do not have to work. So.
Demons are coming for me.
Yes, the NFL is back tonight. It'll be the first time, it'll be the start of football every single week until the middle of February.
We made it.
We have done it. We had dealt with that off season, and we are finally here. You know Jason Kidd's black?
Did not. And neither did you, or I don't know. We had this conversation pre-show.
We did because my closing time is that he once made in the 2014, 7 years ago, he once made the entire Bucks team run sprints because one player had an Android.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so it messed up the team's group chat. It was Thon Maker. He didn't have an iPhone.
That makes sense.
And in
makes a lot
in
of
the
sense.
book, it said that Kidd was upset about it and made the team run because Kidd felt that Maker not getting an iPhone was an example of the team not being united.
I actually kind of love that.
That's actually
I would do stupid shit like that. Stupid, petty stuff like that as a head coach.
Super, super funny. I guess this happened or this was put in Giannis, the improbable rise of an NBA MVP. Yeah, so that's actually hilarious.
That is really good.
I guess there was some confusion in the group chat because of it. Kidd was fed up with it, so he made the entire team run sprints. Super, super funny. All right. You get to head to work here at 11.
Sure do.
You excited?
Stoked.
How long do you work?
Until 9.
Just at Manitou?
Mm-hmm.
What do you? Okay.
Yep.
Right. You get to hang out with what's his name?
Anton. No, he's on vacation. Shout out Anton.
Are they on their honeymoon or something?
I don't know. They must be. He had a sick picture of a mountain on top of a lake in his Snapchat or Instagram story. So
well, hold on.
Did you say
yeah? Hold
mountain
yeah.
on
Let's
top of the
let's
lake?
not.
Sorry.
Let's not
the
let
lake
this slide.
was at the
Let's
bottom
not
of
let
the
this
picture.
slide,
The
please.
mountain was
the
on
mountain
top
was
of it.
standing on the lake.
Yes. Lake being made of water, a hard surface, a solid surface. Mountain also solid surface was on top.
So you're
of a reflective surface is what you're saying?
You're saying that the mountain is Jesus Christ, standing on water, walking on that water.
Is anybody not Jesus Christ?
That's the real question.
Sounds like somebody needs more sleep.
Yeah. Thanks.
Let's see where they're at if they're on vacation. No, we'll look. Nope.
Who's going to post on Facebook? Under 30.
I post on Facebook. We post the
that
show on
says
Facebook.
a lot, man. Well, yeah. But we're not doing that. You're not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I have it right here. Posted. Shared to my page.
Shit.
3 shares. One of which is mine. I don't know who else shared it. Actually, I shared it twice. I put it on the locker room page.
Really boosting those numbers.
2 of those are me.
Just wait till you see the description I put too.
I saw it was really long. I have not had a chance to look at it.
The last line's pretty good.
Oh, I'm very excited. All right. Well, you're heading off to work.
Yep.
I also have to do some work.
Cool.
But I'm really excited for the NFL game. Like I really want it to be 5:00.
Yep.
So that will be exciting.
It is somewhere.
It is coming sometime down the pipeline. So next week, by the way, at the end of the month, we're gonna have to do some changing around because I leave for a wedding on Thursday.
Perfect.
The 26th.
Cool.
But you maybe do the show in the morning as usual, and then I leave. We'll figure it out. But next week, you're gonna be here?
Yeah, I think so.
He's just not as committed.
Should we, dude? I got no time for nothing, man.
What are you looking at? Oh, your schedule.
Yes, we can do it at a normal time too.
Normal time. All right. Normal time. Perfect. We'll be here. Normal time, which is 11 or 10. I don't even know. I don't know. Our softball team lost both games last night. I'm kind of out of it.
God damn it.
It's actually super frustrating. I was confident that their team hit 2 home runs in the first 3 innings, and I was completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Let's go.
You just want to go to work. You just are so thrilled to go to work. Thanks, Vinny, for working the camera. It wasn't very well done, but you tried your best. Sam, as usual, nicely done. And we will see you again next week, same time as previous weeks, here in the Holly Mason building. This was The Locker Room, presented by Spokane Talks.
I'm going to go left-handed this week.